Okay, this is Zach with the Cross-Platform Action Squad. We've been playing a lot of D&D lately, which is, a tabletop game, which requires pen, paper, a shit ton of dice, snacks, above all else, patience, because by the end of the night, chances are you'll hate each and every one of your closest friends. I remember one game in specific. I was DMing. There was Sam, his wife Kayla, Riley, Jesse, my pal Jeff, my pal TJ was there as well, but he was just sort of sitting in the corner playing Minecraft. I almost forgot Mark. I'm sorry, Mark. You left after a while, so please forgive me. You played an insignificant part, but you were still significant in my heart. Anyway, game starts. We're standing on a hill, grassy plains, whatever. We're overlooking a town, and the town seems to be smoking. And we're all like, what's going on in that town? And as if to answer our inquiry, a townsman comes running and screaming, look out, they're eating everybody, and there's like some zombies chasing them. Everybody's all like, yo dude, we gotta go take care of the zombies and try to save that guy. So everybody's like, yeah, unanimously they agree, go help this fucker. And they pull out the weapons and run into battle blindly. The fight was a lot more difficult than it should have been. People were like heavily injured by the time the fight was over. I believe shortly after this, Mark just like up and left because he had to go home. After a while, it was just the rest of us, no Mark. And the townsman that we rescued was all like, dude, there's like zombies in that town and most of the people are dead, but there's probably some people you can go save. And we had a paladin in our group, probably Kayla, because Kayla loves to play paladin, so she's all like, yeah dude, we gotta go save all those innocent people from the undead. Anyway, so we're all like, yeah, okay. So we start running into the town, and it is clearly overrun with zombies. We get in another scuffle that almost bests our valiant heroes. They're like, dude, we need to stop for the night. And of course, being D&D, there's a nice, homey-looking tavern. So everybody, like, loots the bottles of liquor that they can find, and then they all set up upstairs. Everybody's sleeping. We set Jeff on first watch, which was a bad idea. Jeff, that night, was just having the worst rolls, man. He heard a noise, and he went to investigate, and he just, wearing plate armor, like, fell down a flight of stairs, and had pretty much every zombie in the immediate vicinity trying to knock down our doors. So anyway, these zombies are busting in. Jeff manages to alert everybody after like 5 minutes of... Anyway, so everybody was like combat ready, and they're like rushing to the middle part of the tavern for a fight. And we're fighting off all these zombies, but I noticed something really flawed. Well, I guess I can't say flawed because it was effective in the end, but really unique about Riley's combat style is that he didn't use his weapon. Well, he did, but like not the way it was. All other times he was using improvised weapons, such as chairs and like torn up planks of wood or brooms. And he would just attack in the most creative fashion possible, like take this broomstick, shove it into the eye socket, and swirl it around a little bit. Which, of course, leads me to another instance I remember about playing D&D with Riley. I was DMing again, and I had set it up so they were in an arena. This time it was Riley, Kayla, Sam, and Jesse. It was just us five. It was a small game. Anyway, so they're fighting in an arena. I believe Jesse was actually a Minotaur, and I believe at that time Riley was a Shard Mind. This was Volume 4, mind you, and it was one of the expanded Player's Handbook. But yeah, we were like fighting in the arena, and I remember Riley was most effective in combat when he was throwing his mace at people, because for some reason he kept getting critical success rolls on his attack rolls whenever he went to throw his mace at people like 30 feet away. And he'd go and collect his mace and then do the weirdest shit, like the guy had an open wound, so he's like, I stick my mace in there and swirl it around a little bit, or I diddle his holes with my mace. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? And he walks over there to retrieve his mace. He rips this guy's tongue out, and the guy's like screaming bloody murder because of course his tongue's gone and his head hurts because a mace just hit it, and Riley's just like diddling holes on him and stuff because that's what Riley does. Riley, you're a hole diddler. That's your name now. I'm gonna call you Hole Diddler. And while this was going on, Jesse was just like across the map, holding his own with like three people of his own, just like, he's a Minotaur, so he's this giant wall of fluffy goodness. In this zombie campaign, we ended up pushing through the town and making it to a castle of sorts. It was a small fort where this count was using the undead to kill the villagers, to bring them back to his castle, to raise them as the undead, to build some huge army of the undead for a lich lord or whatever. We were pushing into the courtyard of the castle, and at some point Sam and Riley just managed to get up to the top of the castle, and they pulled the lever that opened the gate. Everybody else was in the courtyard fighting guards and shit. While this was going on, Sam actually was up on the top firing bows. Yeah, just entire bows at people. No, he was firing arrows out of his bow down at the guards below. And Riley, without a ranged weapon, just started ripping bricks out of the wall and chucking them at people down below. Surprisingly, actually, I guess it's not too surprising, seeing as how Riley's most unique shenanigans tends to work out in everybody's favor in the end. I guess the moral of this story is that D&D doesn't have rules as long as the Dungeon Master has an imagination and tolerance for some of the strangest shit that your friends can suggest. But yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. It's fun shit, guys. It's fun shit.